Hello and welcome to a Sophisticated Pairs video vlog. My name is Erica and today I am going to be reviewing the Anna Pardal Rosa Longline in the half cup shape. Now hopefully you've seen my other video that I just did on the Anna Pardal Hibiscus, in which I referenced some of the new changes which have been made to the Anna Pardal collection as well as on her website. If not, I highly recommend you go back and check that one out because I do have some additional information. So the Rosa that I have on right now is not available on the website yet, but I believe it is going to become available. However, we can still go forward with the review because there's a couple things I would like to talk about. First, the shape on this is very different than any of the other Anna Pardal or Comexum bras I have reviewed. This is actually a 3-section half cup shape, which is going to be available on the Anna Pardal website as well. In fact, any of her other prints that she has can be turned into this cup shape. Usually what I review is the classic shape, which is the 3-section plunge. Now I have reviewed various alterations on that plunge in the past, and those alterations have in turn even become their own styles for Anna Pardal. So again, that's very exciting. I talk a little bit more about that on the other video for Hibiscus. So half cups and I usually do not get along. A half cup design typically is more on the shallow side. And my breast tissue isn't shallow, it's very heavy, it's more center forward, it's got more projection to it, or it needs more projection in the cups. So with a half cup, I knew going into it I was probably not going to get the same level of fit that I would from the classic cup, the plunge cup. So it's not too bad. First off, this is a 34H. I mentioned in the original Hibiscus review that for the long lines I wanted to size up in the band in order to keep everything comfortable throughout the day. I was afraid that having all this extra band at the bottom in a 32 would just be so tight that I would be uncomfortable and not be able to wear the bra for very long. With the Hibiscus, I felt like the 34 was really comfortable. I could have maybe done a 32 on an extender for a while, but I was very happy with 34. Here it's a little tighter. Now I did get this sample very early on, so it's possible that this was when they were first tweaking the design, and new models will be more in line with Hibiscus. I did get the Hibiscus one more recently, so keep that in mind. I personally like to size up a band in order to do the long line. Now the 34H itself is a sister size of what I usually do. Without fail, I've always been doing 32 double H in Anna Pardal, and that's worked perfectly. So I decided to go with the 34H sister size in order to, as I said, get a little bit more breathing room throughout the band. Now while the 34 I felt was a good decision, the H cup here is small. I feel like I would have probably needed to go to a double H cup. One of the things that we have discovered as we've been doing more special orders and working more with people is that the half cup designs tend to run about a cup size small. Not for everybody, but most cases people need it to go up at least 1 cup size from their regular Anna Pardal or Comexum size. It's just because of the shallowness and the shape, I think, that you do better having a little bit more space. So I do start to get some overflow. I'm not fully scooped on this one. I think that if I had the double H, it may alleviate a couple fit problems, but overall I think I'm just kind of running into some of the same things I've had with half cups before. I have some extra space here at the bottom between where my breast tissue sits and where the underwire is. The center bore is not tacking. If it tacked, it would be more along this and the overflow would be more pronounced. The tacking issue might be able to be resolved with a firmer underwire, but overall the center cup here is much shallower than what we were looking at with the plunge. So this is good news though, because if you're having issues with the depth and the projection of the plunge shape, you might be better suited doing this half cup. I don't know that there will be a lot of women kind of in the H, double H, J, etc. that are going to find this to fit as well as the classic plunge, but I know a lot of customers have really found it helpful, particularly if they were in the D through G market. Some of that just fits better for them. And I think that the overall shape it does is very nice. From the side it's nice and rounded and lifted. It's doing a lot of oomph for me. I can't really complain about the support at all. It's not really high on the sides. It's really comfortable here. I mean, it's not an uncomfortable bra, but I do notice more of the fit problems here, and in the future would most likely work with the original tweaked classic shapes like the Sophisticate or the Nuance Plunge rather than going right with the half cup shape. So that's just my personal opinion. If you find that we're kind of opposite, you might want to go for the half cup here. Quality materials is again fantastic. I think maybe one of the differences between Rosa and Hibiscus is I feel like the fabric here along the side is a little firmer and less stretchy than Hibiscus, so that could account for why the 34 on this one feels significantly tighter than what I was looking at with the original Hibiscus bra. The cup is lightly padded, true to the Anna Pardal size range. The interior is really nice and soft. You have fully adjustable straps, which is good. Overall, I mean, I really like kind of the look and the sexy cleavage this one gives. This is just not my everyday bra. I have a Chemexum one that was also made as a sample using some of their materials, and I've worn both of these throughout the day at the store, and this one holds up a little bit better, I think, again, because Anna Pardals are more expensive, so the materials are a little bit higher end. But over time, as I move and sit and just do things, I find that my breast tissue tries to migrate up because there's just not enough space at the bottom for it to rest comfortably. In Rosa, like I said, it's much, much better. It tends to stay put more, but I know in my Chemexum one, which I'll have some pictures of in the actual blog review, I tend to just dominate that bra. All throughout the day, I feel like I've got to kind of like do one of these things and readjust. Rosa doesn't require as much, but if I had a choice between this and then something shaped like Hibiscus, Hibiscus hands down wins for me. So as I mentioned also in Hibiscus, in case you're just going forward with this, the long line part of Anna Pardal is really, really good. They don't have any boning, so you don't feel like you're getting stuck in the sides or in the stomach while you're trying to sit down. But they have this nice piece of elastic here that's a little bit heavier and has less stretch. So it tends to kind of anchor towards the waist, and it doesn't roll up or move as much. This is great because I feel like it combines the ideal smoothing and support of a long line, but you get a nice comfort level. You don't have to worry about fiddling with it to get the shape right again. So this long line part is great. No matter what cup shape you need up top, I think you'll be happy with the long line part. So if you are one of the ladies that would be better suited by this, maybe have a little bit shallower breast tissue or less projection, the long line part on this is still fantastic. It does not matter. They did a great job on figuring out how to make a long line bra that stays put. Even in the Chemexum one that I mentioned, it still stays put. The long line is great. It's just the shape on the half cup, and I kind of do a little bit battle. But it's really comfortable. As you guys know, I run a lingerie store, so I'm constantly moving. I might sit, I might jump up and down, I might have to bend over, grab stuff. And the long line on the Anna Pardal and the Chemexum bras just stays put. It is so refreshing. It gives me a lot of back support. I feel like I can stand up straighter. My posture is better. The weight is dispersed over such a large surface area, and underneath my clothes, it just looks so much better. There's just this nice, beautiful, smooth line right to the waist. Looks great with my dresses, my tops. Love, love, love the long line. I'll probably have at least 3 or 4 of those in rotation, just maybe not in this shape. So Rosa itself, which I'm crossing my fingers, it's going to be on the website soon, is one of my favorite prints that she's done. A lot of times Anna Pardal goes with more of the subtle, sort of sophisticated colors. They tend to be a little bit more in a neutral palette zone, so you're not looking at kind of the bright, rich, vibrant colors that you'd see from other lines. And I love that she did something a little bit out of her comfort zone with the pink. And then of course the black accents. Pink and black always look great together. One of the things that I think is cool about a lot of her long lines too is she always does the contrast piping along the vertical seams, so it gives a little bit of an added dimension to the bra. This one has a nice lace at the top too, which is really beautiful. And I don't know if you'll see it on the video, but the blog pictures will have it. This is actually not just a matte hot pink. There's these sort of like light reflecting inlaid rose pattern on it that just adds a little bit of extra visual interest. It's absolutely beautiful, especially, like I said, it's a little bit outside of the Anna Pardal comfort zone, so I hope it shows up on the website soon because I would probably reorder this in the classic plunge. I really love the overall look and design of this. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at sophisticatedpear@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out our blog, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest for all the latest news and event information. Thanks for watching.